Hey guys, Davison here. As you know, 12 years ago today, the horrible terrorist attacks against the World Trade Center and against America occurred. And I was thinking about it today and thinking about how sad of an event it was, but equally how much America has recovered since then, thankfully. And it's good that the war in the Middle East is over, though, as we know, there are now tensions in Syria. So it's not completely resolved, and the U.S. ended up fighting, a futile war that they probably shouldn't have fought in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to talk about what I was doing when the planes hit the World Trade Center. So 12 years ago today, my son was 1, and his father was actually out that morning because he didn't have school. His father was finishing university when he was 1. But also because, sadly, he was actually burying his grandfather. And on top of that, actually, his birthday is September the 11th, would you believe? So not only was it his birthday, but he was burying his grandfather. So I was at home alone with the baby because he was too young to bring all the way to where the funeral was in another city. And I had turned on the television like I always did, to keep myself company, watching talk shows. And I saw this footage of what looked like downtown New York City, and I was like, why is this on? And I saw a plane, boom, fly into one of the towers. And now I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but all I remember thinking is, why are they playing a disaster movie at whatever time in the morning it was? It didn't make sense to me. Maybe it was 10 in the morning. I should probably look up and remember. But then it must have been the second plane, because then all of a sudden I saw footage again of another plane hitting, and I was like, and then I saw the ticker at the bottom saying that it was real. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't have a cell phone back then. I had no way of reaching my son's father. I was like, holy shit, is the world ending? And I tried to call my mother, who was in another province, and the lines were actually blocked. Like there was too much activity on like regular telephone lines, so I couldn't call her. Finally, I got through, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like, and she's like, "I guess there's something happened in New York City, and there's a terrorist attack." And the rest of the day was like a blur, and I just sat glued to the television, and then hearing about the other plane that was downed that didn't hit its target, and finally when my son's father got home, we're like, is this the beginning of the end? And we both kind of knew that it was definitely the beginning of some form of a greater war. But yeah, it really did mark the end of an era. Things felt much more peaceful and innocent in the late 90s and the early 2000s. And that was like the first time in my adult life that terror had struck so close to home. And I'm Canadian. I don't even live in the United States. And just to see how conflict can spread all over the world for ideological reasons and religious reasons, and that it's sometimes unstoppable. It was quite terrifying. So yeah, so my hearts go out to the survivors, and to those who lost people in the horrible attacks. And I'm thinking of you right now, and let's hope that something like that doesn't have to happen again, and that we do something positive about Syria before it becomes something much, much worse. So that's it. If you guys have any 9/11 stories, please let me know in the comment section. And God bless.